Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of CHATBOUT. This is episode 2, and welcome to the DJs Volume 2, part 2 of the conversation we had earlier or later last year. And first of all, I want to welcome back to Mr. Barrington.
Evening.
Eddie B.
Evening.
Formerly the Eddie B, but today very early, Mr. Eddie B.
Still not dead.
Still
not dead.
Yeah, I was
bang on time. Also welcoming the one, the only, inimitable Mr. Beanie Don. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. And a very big welcome to the one, only. I haven't got enough time for the superlatives for this gentleman. Recording artist, DJ, entrepreneur, all-round decent human being, with DJ Tucker, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
So,
that's a big up, mate.
No, see, I own that one from the groundbreaking awards. Oh, this guy gave me such a nice introduction. I was actually looking around to see who was coming on. They're like, you, yeah, God. I was like, what? That was for me? Right, so, Beanie, Tucker, as I asked Barrington and Eddie, this is how we're going to start off. Why did you want to be a DJ?
Who do you want to start with?
Whoever you want to take.
Clear it up first, I'm not a DJ.
Okay, what are you?
One is a split.
You're select. Okay. So, I know there is a difference. I do know there is a difference. Why did you want to play tune?
Actual thing that's a very hard thing. That it's a thing that I just loved.
What was the start? What sparked you? What was the day when you think, yeah, I'm going to do that?
Real? Boy, about 9, 10, 8, 9, 10. Just fascinated by sound system. That's it. Went ahead.
So that with many of us, was it just music in the house? And then
nice music out of the house.
Out of the house.
Seeing the boxes and everything. That's what's sweet.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I just gravitated to, you know.
Cool.
I think mine was more inevitable was going to happen. But to be honest, my journey, my first love was being an MC. It wasn't a play home. Parents weren't there. I used to several things. We used to have our own. In the Dares Road when it was at Baker Road. I kind of understood a little bit more, and of course learning from like Godfather, Arta, Black Terror, certain other selectors. I used to be upstairs and on some of my mum and dad's at that time, and just mixing and stuff like that. But my idol at that particular time was Billy Boyle. Okay. So as a young youth and an MC,
one split a day and all that.
That's right. Yeah. So my idols when it came to music and saying to MC was Billy Boyle, Rankin Toya, were the two like guys I used to follow. So for me, putting on the start DJing until basically when I became Toy Boy. Came into the Toy Boy era when I started to DJ, but before that I was always an MC all the way through.
So you have free access. I know, speaking for myself back in the day, we had the Gram that was in the sealed off front room, legendary front room. And it was more a case of when my dad wasn't around, would sneak in there and the records or whatever on the Gram.
Yeah.
Put them back like how they were before, because of. But we used to sneak down when they had parties. Remember, one record stopped playing, quiet for a bit. While I was there, I put it on, put another one on.
Yeah.
Everybody started dancing and put another one on. That kind of bought me a bit of time before my mum realised I was in.
That you were the one playing. Yeah.
So you had free access, free reign to go and just
Well,
put on stuff
it's
or
kind of
whatnot?
weird because, as I said, my journey is a lot different because from as early as I've been told, from the age of 3, I always had a mic in my hand. So my dad had his own sound system, one of the first sound systems in Hitchin, what was Merrytone. So that first started at what they used to call the hole, what was on Walsworth Road, what used to be, you know where the chip was?
Yeah.
Right, so it used to be there. And then near it went to Grove Road. So Grove Road now, I was born at the hole, but I was at Grove Road. So when I used to hold parties there and stuff, I used to run down and hold mic. And then times I should have been in the stuff. It's kind of funny how it sort of worked out how I was used to be in the parties. I used to sneak down, and then thought, my mum would even tell you the story, kind of confirm it. One time, it was about 3 years old, put me up to bed, left me upstairs while the party's going on downstairs, left me in the room with remember the original perfing heaters?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And basically, we could fire and burn out, still going. So, if by chance, came upstairs, came up, all the room was black, just smoke, black. She had to find a way out of there. So from that point and that time, my mum would never leave me. Anytime they had parties, if there was a party, I was there. You know what I mean? In no way that was women all the time. So from early out as a kid, but a dance what I never I never missed. You know what I mean? And it was, I suppose at that time as well, it was the kind of novelty for a lot of the sound man, well, to give me the mic, and you know, I weren't shy at that time. You know, grab the mic, and that's probably, to my knowledge, what I remember. I used to chat like Billy Boyle's lyrics, so I used to just go whatever I say, you know, kind of. You just kind of learn the patterns and stuff from there. So yeah, that was the beginning of the journey. Yeah.
Okay. But Beanie, you had adventures on the microphone, as I remember too.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. And I must admit, I was good at what I did.
Oh,
You were
very
good.
You were
You were
very
good.
good. You were very good.
But
So when did you make the switch from saying in MC to one?
it went from, well, even ended up as selector. I was the engineer before that. Sound, doing everything, really progressed again. It's like I started selecting.
Talked about that a lot the last time, about whatever you're playing now. It seems like, to be of a standard or quality or any kind of quality of a DJ selector, whatever, it almost like without the sound system upbringing, being in and around the sound system culture, it's almost like it happened without that. Do you know what I mean? It's like no one here is without that kind of background or breeding or introduction to it. From your perspective, both yours and Tucker's, Barrington and want to jump in as well. It would have been different, or your interest would have been in terms of DJing, selecting, if you hadn't had that upbringing in sound system.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Absolutely.
The importance of sound system when we were coming up. But I don't think it mattered what town you were from. One thing what sound system did as young men, as young youth coming up, it had no age on it. It built community. It built you as a young man. You learned discipline. You learned trades through through sound systems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So some selectors they can't read or write, but they know how to wire up a set. Yeah, and they know how to up an amp. They know it gave us a lot of knowledge coming through, and as I said, it was our discipline. It was our discipline and musical knowledge as well. You know, and it's like everybody within this what I hear, I can, every one of them to me have played a part in my life of good journey, and that's from sound system.
thing I take from obviously the last time we spoke and generally anyway is almost like the level of teamwork, like you said about an thinking about that, the education from whether you're a box boy, the owner of the sound, the guy that's selecting, the guy on the mic, the operator, that whatever, nothing can work without everybody doing their thing. Because like I said, you sneak into a dance box body 1 week, and next thing you are the box boy, but you really want to be the guy on the mic, or you really want to be the selector, but you're working your way up the ladder, and respecting the fact that everybody has their job. Everybody's someone, like I said, the being you were saying about stringing up and how sound, because that's something that's always amazed me. These guys that have not been taught how to string it up and make sound in a dance nice, not distorted, not over, but they just know how to balance it and whatever. And that is a skill which I think we don't have now, because obviously with the way that DJing is now as an art form, you don't have that sound system.
No, you still do with that young man over there. You still do. There's I don't know anybody who can tune a sound like him, whether it's tuning sound system or whether it's engineering within a studio settings. His ear, man, is remarkable. Remarkable, man. Remarkable. Yeah, but I think that's something you can't. There's things you can teach. There's things it goes beyond that. Beginning stage, yes, but the years of experience and just knowing what is what, you can't take that away. You know what I mean? It's something you can't. I don't think you can pass that on to someone that had to be around doing it at the start. Because you would say that when you first started, for example, when you first started and say engineering, was there anybody to teach, or you just watch and see?
Alright, if we go back to, I'm gonna go back to as far as 70, watching Terror, and I used to be the first used to come on my mother and father. Then, so I mean, one of the first used, then I watched the string up and so. Time I watched it. By the time I was say 7, 8, I feel Terror. So, wow.
Fascination come from?
Pardon?
Where did that fascination come from?
Just love electrics.
Okay.
But it's like I can put it to something that I wanted to, you know? So it is nice.
Oh yeah. Although I could never understand them bogging plugs.
Right,
Well, not understand. I was like, why not get to new tricks? But I suppose it's cheaper.
you see, the whole generation of love.
I did that. I did that. I did that and more.
Into the deep verse.
Oh, I did that. I can't eat nothing metal again. Trust me. Did that from time.
Yeah, man.
That led me to my biggest conundrum as a teenager. Gin Youth Club, Amigas, setting up. I'm trying to solder up a lead. I'm on the ground. I go to get up. And as I'm here, I realise that my thumb is on the tip of the soldering iron.
Yes.
Out.
Now the hassle is, either way you move, you can't just move your hand. You've either got to go up or you've got to go down. But that indecision cost me a scar.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I ain't done that again.
So Beanie, when was the first time you played out and you thought, yeah, this is me? Properly, because went from wanting to do it to doing it.
It's a hard one. That's a very hard one. It's, again, father used to play music, so I'll go with him sometimes. Select while he's at the bar, you understand? So you progress there, then that wasn't my thing because it's a little bit too slow. So then time they say by 11, 12, I see different Yes, more new coming. That my brother-in-law then was deciding things, so that reach this with them. You understand? So it's like going through the ranks, stringing up income, doing little things with them, then on the mic with them for a few years. That kind of side of it. Then by say about teen, fly out to Jamaica. So he left the sound with Peter them time there. And so from there, I haven't looked back since. I ain't looked back.
So from that time that you knew, yeah, this is me now, I can do this. Totally unfazed in any situation, any party, any circumstances.
I'm gonna say no, I'm faced.
I can remember you being stressed with you and trying to make sure it kept running
That's
through the
right.
night.
That's yeah. Don't get me wrong. Once my hands touch, then they, you know. But apart from that, doing that, then this young man here had the gold. You got the 2 bars of gold worth for me in it.
Oh, techniques.
Yes, man, the 2 bars of gold. And from that, because before we moved to it was one deck thing them time. Eddie, who kind of gave me the first chance to go on real turntables, not Syntronic, real turntables. You know what I mean? And from there, once again, learned the thing from watching Eddie again. Tables can run. End of again, you know what I mean? So it's just, I used to just pick up things quite quick. So, yeah, man. Then, wait, do you know something, Robert? It's this whole leap when I think about it.
It's a big journey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a massive
Yeah,
journey.
huge.
I'm talking about from primary school, building discos at primary school. Go to my brethren's yard, and you know the 2 little drawer side table thing. We took out the drawers, go and buy some light bulb holders, the light controller, youth club. Didn't have a clue because all it was a pins at the back.
Yeah.
So obviously I've got to find out how it goes, isn't it? Strip the wire down. And that's when I'm young, man. It's progress.
When you made the transition from an MC to spinning tunes,
Wow, that's
It's just,
so as I said. So even before we got to that point, again, kind of a bit what Beanie ain't touched on. What was it's kind of funny because Beanie was newcomer, and I was always terror. From day one, my mum, come day Corona, we used to keep parties there. Stores. Now and again, you'd have like either 2 sounds come down, and so it was really strange. I knew Beanie, but I didn't really know Beanie until sound time. You know what I mean? So it was always kind of like you got the young you on terror, and Beanie's the youngest one on newcomer. There was always that slight rivalry, even though on a daily basis we're all good friends. You know what I mean? But when it came to music, it was like that certain. So yeah. So there was times I'd be going to school, I see Beanie in the morning. It was like, all right, but no one's talking. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's the acknowledgement, but it was a matter of respect I had for him from them times. Anyway, so a little later on, going on like several years, from the first sound system I personally owned with, that was me and Clive,
yeah, I did.
Dunstan. No, David wasn't on it. No, it was me, Clive, Chris, Dunstan, and Michael Paris.
Michael as well.
Yeah, it was.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it was part of Battalion. We had a sound system called Battalion. Again, what originally started from the youth wing. Clive came up with the name and said, yeah, we had this sound called the Battalion. And that time, and it's kind of funny how things connect, yeah, because like, again, I was from Terror from Young, and the Terror went into Amigas, was then taken over from Isons. So like, Godfather Arthur said, you know what, why? Said about why if we run this song, why if we run it time? So I told him about starting up a little sound called Battalion. So I go, yeah, take the song, Euclid, man. So that night, first dance we were gonna have as Battalion, us, Soul Syndicate, was Beanie, Glenn, Paul Richardson, and there was another sound were they from Watford?
Oh, was it London? The U Club?
Yeah, there was
That was my voice.
there was another sound. But again, came in like Newcomb, Terror. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They came in like Newcomb, Terror. So again, I'm an MC. So even on our sound at the time, even Chandy was playing the sound for us. Yeah, because all of us were, even Clive back then would spin tune, but it would hold mic too. And so we'd play tune. I think John even come down, Turner was some soul tunes and everything on the set. And anyway, but so we got in the youth now, we got 2 sets of quad boxes in there. Yeah. You know the big quads what they used to have, like 2 of them. I thought when we first turned on the sound nice. Right? I don't know what Beanie had over that sound, but when they turned on their set, the thing sound nice. Anyway, the dance was going on, the dance was nice. I gotta give you the experience of this. So all of a sudden, I don't know, in the middle of the dance, something happened. The sound from London, they broke down, couldn't play again, and it was just basically us 2. We put down some wicked beeline. Put down the beeline on us, right? When we tried to match, man, blew the bottom in. So just bare tops. From then, they were just giving it to us. They was giving it to us, man. And so now, you can imagine, young Beanie was a troublesome Beanie. You know what I mean?
That's how I remember him.
Young Beanie, young Beanie was a terror. Yeah, it was a troublesome Beanie. So they're flinging one over that side. I'm flinging one back. And that time you got all the older heads, Arta, Bray, all the big men, they're all in there. Because the place was a ram. For like a young guy, but it was like, as again, the sound system carried everybody out. It wasn't just like it's a picnic thing, everybody coming. So anyway, so it got to a stage where it was ridiculous. We just music stopped playing. I'm throwing word, he's throwing word. I said something, I'm surprised I didn't get knocked out that night. I'm telling you, because some disrespect was going on in there. And I got a warning over the microphone and I just realised, okay, I remember where I am now. So, and that was the end of that dance. But it was from then, it was like the love for this, is what we, 14 in them time. But that passion and love, just that little bit of excitement, like thinking, yeah, this is what I want to do. You know what I mean? And as I said, I kept on the MCing road until probably when Toy started I'm gonna make this up now. I can't remember. It was about 2003, 2002, I think. Before when the general comes in, he might give you an exact date. From that point, again, even when starting then, still MCing. Oh, I call him when he's here.
Wow.
So,
As if by magic.
like by magic, like I must have sensed him. I think it was about 2002, but even then, when we started Toy Boy, I was still MCing. I wasn't a DJ. It was only later on. These guys were on vinyl. I talk about guys. Toy Boy was Q, Adrian, Marshall, and we had another brother, Junior D. And at the beginning, Chris used to be around us, but he kind of used to practice at his house. So, but them times, they're all vinyl. And them man were wicked. We used to keep down at SBC. I know Q talked about it last time. And then it was like halfway through that now, started to do the getting CD stuff just to up in. I was getting CDs together, building a little collect. I'm telling them, like, yo, we need to switch, we need to digital. And man, like, nah, I ain't doing it, I ain't doing it. So even the first CD decks, what I got were 2 separate CD players, you know, like your house CDs. I had a little mixer and I was just trying out things. I started to build a collect together. Then eventually I bought a set of decks. And so that's where I kind of started to juggling with CDs. But that was, again, because of Eddie. Eddie don't even know this. I saw Eddie out one, he was doing a wedding. And it's the first time I saw someone go from vinyl to CD to phone, mixing. I'm like, what is this? What's he doing? I'd never seen anything like this. So, but it was from that, I thought, and that's why I started to DJ, because of Eddie again, seeing what he could do, and I just kind of had a love for it at that point. But yeah.
The common thread, everybody, all roads either come from or lead back to Eddie.
Yeah,
He just stepped
most
out.
definitely, man.
You know, I mean, Barrington said he told you to come off the first time you played with him.
He hit me off, mate. You know, the first party we done, which was Gants Hill. I thought I was the bee's knees. I had all my friends coming round. I was on my decks in my bedroom. Yeah, they're all blowing smoke up your arse, and you know, you're kid, like, cause you've done a couple of like half decent mixes, but they're not really half decent. They're, you know, but they sound half decent to you.
Yeah.
But you know, you're not clanging it up all over the place. But nothing like him. So I done the first. We went and done this party. I'm surprised the walls of this house didn't fall down. When he gets back on, he will remember Gansel without a shadow of a doubt. Eddie. Gansel. Oh, maybe not. You do not remember the house party we done in Gansel.
It's not the one with the cardboards. If it ain't that,
It's,
then I know.
it's the one where somebody fell on your mixer in the back of the truck. Do you remember that?
I think things like that I try to forget.
Yeah,
And I've succeeded.
You would remember. And I literally went on for 10 minutes, and I thought, yeah, I'm wicked, mate. I was dogged. Absolute dog. And he just came and, right, you've had your turn. Get off. It's my thing. You know, I'm coming on now. Get off. What?
Yeah.
Fine. I was like, and I knew deep down, I was, you know, I was pants. You know, but it made me want to try harder next time.
Yeah.
Next time I forget, I think the next time we played together was, I think it was Westwood at Flex.
Could be.
I think it was Westwood at Flex. I think when Neil put it on, didn't he? And sort of, then that was a few months later. The Ram there. I think it was Christmas Day.
Yeah, it's Christmas Day.
It was Christmas Day. And everyone, you remember them times when everybody used to go out on Christmas Day?
Yeah.
Because there used to be nothing on Christmas
Yeah.
Day.
Exactly.
There used to be, not now, like everyone's staying in and watching shit telly and all that, you know. Everybody was out. Everybody went out at lunchtime for a drink. Everybody went up in a wall back. And then everybody was out in the evening. And it was packed. Absolutely packed. And then I think you let me come on for, I'd obviously like a couple of months down the line, and I've got a little bit better, not tremendous, but then he was like, oh yeah, you're okay now. And but the first time he humbled me proper, properly humbled me. But that was how it was. If you were no good, come off the decks.
So,
That was a schooling, innit?
Yeah, come off.
That was a schooling, man.
right, we're gonna have to take break here.